When adding and subtracting complex numbers, all we need to recognize is that complex numbers have specific types of terms. So here's an example. If I have a plus bi, and then I'm adding a c plus di, these are the most general way that I can write a complex number. Note that if I were to forget about the parentheses for a second, because the parentheses are just kind of grouping these, recognizing those as individual complex numbers. But if I just write it like this without those parentheses, I see that I've kind of got some like terms. I've got a plus c, and I could go ahead and just kind of group that together. And then I've also got bi plus di. And if I take that bi plus di, I could factor the I out and get b plus d times I. And so that's what we get here. We get plus, and then b plus d I. So when you add complex numbers, really you just add the real parts to get the real part, and you add the imaginary parts to get the imaginary part. That's adding. And subtracting actually works the same way. It's just instead of addition inside here, we would have subtraction. So if I were to put a minus right here, note that that would put a minus in front of the c and a minus in front of the d. So that just puts a minus there and a minus there. Okay, so the rule that we have now, and I'll go ahead and write this as our two rules, okay? A plus bi plus c plus di is equal to a plus c plus b plus di. And a plus bi minus c plus di is equal to a minus c plus b minus di. And that's how we add and subtract complex numbers.